So, it's time to see if I can mash these two buttons and get this. Nah, that doesn't count. Excuse me. On Demon Souls, if you press triangle and circle at the same time when you land, you can cancel the fall animation. On this game, it doesn't seem to work. You can do it though, because I've done it by changing weapon before. I just can't ever do it consistently. I mean, of course you can roll, because, you know, that's been in these games forever. Touché, sir. Yeah, my roll was late. That is actually WOG. That is not force. But did you know how... Do you see how slow it was? Which is why I don't think you can complain about this guy having WOG. Because it comes out so damn easy to see. That is a time when the rolling on this game is just not as good as it needs to be. Which is something Dark Souls 2 did amazingly. Omnidirectional rolls. Ow. Well, this is sloppy. That makes a noise like it hits, but it doesn't actually hit. Rolled into the hitblocks. Not a clever idea. I actually know that's how that works, and yet I did it anyway. As I mentioned, folks, the rust is real. But a good way to learn to fight this guy is when you're farming for chunks, because he drops chunks. Him and his buddy. It's not a fun farm, but it's definitely one you've probably done in your time with Dark Souls. I think the Dark Wraiths are a much better, easier source of it. But again, if you've played this game a bunch, just either using a mule or a save editor is the best way of doing it, because then you don't have to waste any time. Look at that, that bow gives him some considerable defense. What's the stability on that bloody bow? Too damn high. So can we get him... Ideally, if this guy follows you up here, he's going to turn and fall off. He didn't follow us though, we want him to follow us the entire way. Because if he does, he gets to the top, he gets super all the way up, he'll do an attack now and it'll lure him up, and then he'll turn and he'll fall. Because he can't get in here, so he turns and he falls. There he is. Fall, dickhead. Enough of the ballerina act, you're on thin air. Fall! Fucking tard! God, this game's got issues. Fall! What a dick! Finally, he falls and you do that. And you can sometimes hit him like 3 times on that plunge attack, and you can do some big damage to them. But that was just weird. Once again, the curse of recording. He didn't attack though, so it's kind of a decent way of getting him into a passive state so you can wail on him. You just have to watch out for his shield. And as much as I enjoyed shouting at him, I don't think it helps. It's like a child. Or a dog. You tell a dog to shut up. They don't shut up, they just... Because they don't know what shut up is. Shut up is a human thing. We made it. And like humans hardly listen to it, let alone animals. I suppose if you said shut up and then you immediately stabbed a dog, then it would associate the word with the stabbing and probably stop doing it then, but it's a little bit cruel. I love that little tap. This guy's my favourite NPC in this game. He's just got swag. So now we need the big one, which is in New Londo. We should probably do New Londo now. Get our sword up to scratch. I don't have a bow though, so I would have to throw black fire bombs, which is not a strategy I like doing to kill Ingrid. I wonder why you can't do this. Oh. I think it's on that side. On that side it's very difficult to jump over the banisters. Maybe I've just never tried it in the right spot. I can't really remember. Suffice to say, I really like the jumps on Dark Souls. I think the jumps on the Souls game in general are pretty interesting, of course. I don't count Dark Souls 2 because I think the jump mechanic in that game's fucking worthless. I think it's just swimmy and stupid, and that roll he does every time after it is just... It ruins any potential for some really crazy jumps. Well, we're on stairs, so I suppose I should have known better. Missed it again. Interesting. I'm gonna try this dude. It's very close to killing him. So we're getting there. Bearing in mind, if we went elemental with it, it'd probably be much more useful, but we're gonna go the opposite direction. I don't like Analondo. Sorry, New Londo. I much prefer killing Ingward, but I don't know if I'll be able to do that. You can use bows on this game, though, technically, when you're not able to use them. That being said, I have enough stats to wield a bow rather well. So I think I'm going to run and get the composite. I just don't think I've got any arrows. No, I don't. So I'm thinking the best, quickest way to get arrows would be to probably run into the Berg and buy some. Does Andre sell them? I don't think he does, but let's just... I don't want to kill him. Let's just double check to see if Andre does. Oh, and while we're there we can kill the Moonlight Butterfly. We've got the shield for it. That'll give us some extra souls, and it'll be a boss to kill. Because I never kill it, because it's worthless, and that place is actually a pretty nice place to find decent PvPers. Because it's generally folks who are looking to have creative PvP rather than everybody using the same gear. Which, I like a bit of both. I just don't like waiting for it, and this game makes you wait a ton now, which is really upsetting. Because it used to be very quick. And everybody says, like, on PC it's got good traffic and PS3 is okay and that, but... It's like hotels. It's relative. So, you can say it's got a ton of stuff, but for somebody else it might not have any. Don't get yourself killed. I would kill this dude, but there's literally no reason to do so, and he's a killer. Don't you dare think he won't kill you. He's another one that's got questionable hit detection too, which makes him incredibly dangerous for a lot of things. But if you stick to his body and you move to his right, to his left, you can generally stay out of the range of most attacks. But just be aware that they have a habit of backhanding you, and the backhand is very dangerous. Much like what I did just then is very dangerous because it's very easy to fall down that gap there thanks to the weird way geometry works on this game. Oh wow, that was great. Oh, these dudes still really hurt. Because I'm still kind of weak in my armour. And it was a counter hit. There we go. That move's got some great range. We're going to be putting this on because of its magic resist. The boss coming up does only magical damage, so if you have a good magic resist weapon on, you're laughing. That being said, it's not 100% protection from magic. In fact, I don't think there is a shield on this game that has that. Although, maybe if you use magic shield on top of this shield, you might be able to get it to the point where it reduces it a lot. But I've got no interest in the Tranquil Giants. And I've got a lot of interest in our little friend here. Well, New Game Plus does different attacks during its cycle, which I only realised the last time I ran into high New Game Pluses. Because I just don't kill it. So it's one of those things I guess I must have forgot. So that's the move that's kind of tricky to dodge. Everything else is not so bad. Like, if you can get a lucky path like that, where you get a path through the move, you're okay, but you have to be at like 7 or 5 o'clock. Yeah, that's the move where he does a new one on New Game Plus. He fires off a weird ball of energy at you. Is this a slow one? That one's pretty easy to dodge. That one is not. That will one-shot you that move if you're low. Just in case you didn't realise. It can be very dangerous. Are you done yet? Ooh. And he's done. Can you hit him when he's coming down? Yes, you can. It's pretty useful. So a nice one cycle on the Moonlight Butterfly, not very difficult to do, but fun. Got a lot of shit in my inventory that's slowing it down. Get a nice 10,000 souls off him, which is not too bad, especially early on. That's a good source of souls, that. That gets you a nice Homeward Bone, which is kind of cool. So now we have to go and play with the ghosts. I could show you a decent soft reset as well that resets enemy positions and stops them chasing you, because it's something that happens a lot to anybody who rushes through New Londo. But we're going to be going directly for the bow, so we won't have to worry. The ghosts will move out of position, but then they'll move back into it when we move out of their range. I'm going to use my souls here to get a quick level, because I want a little bit more strength. The Kings, at this point, is going to be a tough fight because I don't have the damage to race them. That being said, I'm pretty good at the Kings, or I used to be, and it's one of those things where when I try now I'll be horrendous, because that's how it works, but I can always get Power Within, because that's why I picked Pyromancer. Power Within is my favourite Pyromancy, and it makes a difference. If you've ever struggled with the Kings, Power Within is all you need. If you're skillful enough, you can go with Red Tearstone, which I would recommend over Power Within, because then it's 100% you and you don't need to heal. But of course that puts you in one-shot range, and the Kings will gladly oblige you with that. But of course we need to kill Sif if we intend to fight them, and I don't think I'm going to fight them today, because there's some other commentaries I need to be doing, and this is just kind of a luxury project, because a lot of people have been asking for it, and Dark Souls performs really well on my channel, which is always nice to see as we move into the frame rate hell that is New Londo. It drops down to what, 16 frames a second at this point? 7 frames? Like a fucking slideshow. Ugh, it's like dial-up. Dial-up Dark Souls. That's what this place should be called. But this is a very intimidating area. It's one of those places that the moment you realise there's not a bonfire, shit gets real. Shit gets real. And I probably should have used one of those sexy items that lets me get past ghosts, because I could get fucked here. Yeah, I'm gonna get fucked. So they reset, which is super handy. These guys will go so far and then they'll reset. Some of them, though, have a tendency to... Oh shit, other guys came at least. Yeah, the mistake I've made is I forgot I had to attack that guy. And the ghosts have insane range, which I've never agreed with. Yeah, this is really bad. Oh, he grabbed me! So all the cum noises, get out of there, you savage! I don't even think I've got any that I need to touch the ghosts, which is kind of frustrating. don't. There are some where I came from, but that would be a good idea, and I'm all out of good ideas. I like bad ideas sometimes. Right, do not block me, do not block me. Why, dude? Like, fuck off with this. It's the worst part of these games. Fucking clipping. And you clip on everything. Like, there's nothing you don't clip on. They're fucking ghosts, for God's sake. I can't put my sword through them, yet I can't run through them. No, I said that wrong. You can put your sword through them and get nothing, but you can't run through them. It's dumb. It's always been dumb, though. That's the problem. Like, there's no justification for it, because there doesn't need to be. It's literally just a gameplay conceit of, here's an enemy you can't touch and you can't run through. Great. Thanks. It means so much. It's already gone in. Awesome. But if I'd have remembered that I needed to smack that guy who's cock blocking the circular stairs, if I'd have popped a transient before I went in, I probably wouldn't even got touched. But it's stuff like that that you forget, and it's really easy to forget. There's also a really tricky skip where you run towards... Oh god, they're everywhere. You run towards the right, and for some reason you can kind of hop over a balcony that you don't think you'd be able to run over. Yeah, I've got him out of position here, so this is all weird. But do you notice how I'm doing the running two-handed? It's because it's directionally straightforward and I will not hit walls. That means I can get through him, get round him, and I can get the hell out of here without hitting another ghost. It's just... it's really frustrating. It's almost as frustrating as how much that fucking fog door lingers, and if you're not sure of where to go, you can easily run off the edge there, because the camera is completely against you. But this is where you would do the soft reset if you're interested. You can also do the jump skip here, but I'm not confident in my ability to jump it. It's been a little bit since I've done it, so I'm going to do the safe one, which can get you hit by this ghost. You just heard him swing, but he missed. And then we're going to run to the bow, which if you didn't know where it is, it's on the topper part of where the seal is. So you go this way. The only problem is, because we've ran past the ghosts, all the ones in the room are going to aggro. Which means they're going to come out and give it... Ooh, as if it gives you arrows. I forgot about that. So... oh, wow, frame rate is so bad. We're going to get back into position. However, getting into position is going to be kind of tricky, because all the ghosties are going to want a part of us. But we can spare some arrows for them. Oh, shit. Just did a reverse roll. It wasn't a fast one either. Like, where the fuck did he come from? That's one of the ones that's guarding the entrance to the Kings. Why the hell did he come over here? It doesn't make any sense. Look at where he is. There's so much strange stuff in Dark Souls. It's one of the things that makes it as fascinating as it is, but it's still fucking weird. So I'm going to try and get back into position. This might be a foolish endeavour, but I'm going to have to do a soft reset just to get people back to where they should be rather than where they are. So we're going to get to about here, and we're going to quit. No, we're not going to go into brightness, because it's been a while since I've speed quit. Right. I think it was that one. So this will put the ghosts back in a neutral position, because they'll come and harass you when you're using your bow here, and you need your bow to do sufficient damage, sorry, to, is it Ingrid I think he's called, to aggro him, and then he'll start running against the roof of the little chapel thing he's on, and it'll stop us from having to run down and go through that hellish room. Which, if you could just run in and throw an alluring skull and have complete immunity to go through it, it'd be perfectly fine, but it doesn't seem to be the case. There's always somebody that tries to grab you on that ladder unless you get rid of them. It's pretty much a nightmare. So, now that we're unmolested, we can try and figure out how to use this bow. It's absolutely worthless. It makes me wonder if they realised that the aim was off by so much. Like, what is that? Except for terrible aim on my part. What? It went through his fucking hood! Went through his clan hood! And he's angry at us, so this is good, because this means he's gonna dodge a little bit, but we can live with that. This is the point where people throw fire bombs. But I've always bowed him, so I'm going to continue to bow him with my immense bow skills, as you can see. But there he goes. He will always be remembered as the dude who was part of the Ku Klux Klan and who took arrows to the face so that we could live. Ow! I think that's as close as this game gets to Demon Souls, with some of the cheap ambushes with the ghosts. I think, aside from those huge skeletons in Tomb of the Giants, the dog ones, I don't think there's really anything else on this game that quite matches some of the evil in the prequel to this, or the spiritual predecessor. Spiritual prequel? I don't know how you say it. So can I do this? I think this works. It does. And he didn't respond to me. I think I saw him moving then. No, I didn't. My eyes are playing tricks on me. What the fuck did I just do? I tried to use it. Apparently I didn't. It's like this game, it auto defaults on no sometimes, which I've always found to be very strange. Oh, that's a dark hand. Oh, there's a sword, and there is his combo. And there's his combo again. There's his kick. And there's his bumhole. Tickle the bumhole. See ya. Oh, you sweet, sweet child. Why can't I hear whoop step? It sounds like somebody's using the dark hand. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's what it sounds like. Of course, there's a couple more dudes in here, so maybe it's one of them. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Hello. Wait for the kick. It will be your downfall. Maybe he's just like an ambient Skrillex or something. He didn't drop the goodies though, which is a shame. So the guy on the right has the better aggro range here. As you can see, he's aggroed, his friend has not. And he's going to do the running attack, which I would normally parry, but I'm going to backstab. Because the camera can be less than desirable on these archers. Oh, flipped him. Take a shot. Flipping a Dark Wraith. Ooh, Dark Hand. Interesting. Does that kill you on this game, or does it just steal humanity? I couldn't tell you. It's been way too long. Another chunk. That's what we like to see. Oh, and the blobby guy's coming. And he's... Look at the range on the spear! Dude! That is not cool. Not cool, Mr. Spearman. This has got to be the most worthless enemy in this game. It's just like that massive bodies in Demon Souls, only it's an idiot. And I don't think it's ever killed anybody in the history of it existing. And that mass in Latria is a nightmare. His soul arrows will one-shot you. His melee up close will stun-lock you. Like, he is a really terrifying creature that you can completely avoid, thank God. Oi, I want you. They do look cool, these guys. I wish there was more of them. But then again, I wish there was more to this area. I wish it went longer and was more developed and we knew more about it. And there was bonfires so that we didn't have to constantly run down from Firelink, because it ruined this area for me personally, always having to reset from Firelink. And I do think that this is one of the more interesting places. It's just unfortunate the way that it was designed. So, I'm going for the very large ember if you were wondering what I'm doing. And the good thing about this game is I've got a lot of the items committed to memory, and it's memories that stay with me, which is nice. I don't have all of them, but I have most of them once I consider it a little bit. I didn't play Dark Souls 2 enough to get that. I didn't play Demon Souls enough to get that, but this game, I pretty much know where all the embers are at any time, which is a nice thing to have, which is a thing that a lot of people do. Same with the weapons. I generally know where the weapons are, generally know where the spells are, generally knows where the rings are, stuff like that. And I generally know the drops, which can be nice and empowering. But I still forget certain things, as we all do. But, come on, dude. I've made enough noise. Combo. Interesting. It looks super intimidating, that, but it's not the best shield. Large soul of a proud knight. That was meant to be a kick, but whatever. Combo. That's one of those combos that you want to practice your toggles with, because if you fuck up a toggle against that, you'll die. So it's incredibly good at teaching you a very harsh lesson. So this should be chunks, or a chunk. I'm not too sure how many we get. Yeah, solitary. And then there's an item on the right that I can never remember what it is, because I never usually grab it. So I'll grab it and see what it is. And it involves standing on here and running around this bit. Which, for some people that's enough to lose an invader, or to lose a host, because they don't know this area enough to know where you've gone. But a lot of people will know that, much like here, where you run here in that ghost attack shirt. I'm doing that to get not only the ghosts, but to lure the Dark Wraith if I can. The ghosts will always come, because they're arseholes. The Dark Wraith is a little bit more selective. So the two-handed did kill him. It's good to know. I would like the second Dark Wraith, and I think I just got him. We've also got the blob, though. The good news about the blob getting blocked in the door is you can hit him with impunity. The bad news is the ghosts can get interested and cock it all up, and they will. So I'm not messing about with that, because there's no point. Take his combo, get him as he pivots. Or miss, that works too. That's his big hit and his second hit. And then we can fish for the backstab. Which, I don't really think fishing for backstabs when you're getting them is fishing. A lot of people seem to think that that is. You can be fighting a dude, you can be exchanging with them, and then you'll win by getting 2 backstabs and they'll call you a fisher. It's like, dude, you don't call me a fucking R1 spammer when I actually attack, so why does everybody accuse people of backstab fishing when you've used backstabs? It's stupid. Like, you land a parry, you get called a parry fisher. Is there anything in this game that people won't bitch about when they lose? It's fucking stupid. Sometimes you just lose. It's very simple. It's just how it works. And that happens on both PvP and PvE. So we've got a decent amount of chunks. It's been pretty successful. We've killed all of the Dark Wraiths as well at this point, so I'm going to bone out.